about letters, words and pronunciation. That's what the foundation is all about. You need to know why you're here before you set your journey to a flawless, fluent English language. Welcome you all to this wonderful Spoken English Part 1 course. And today we are going to do vocabulary. As I just said, that language, the foundation of any language are letters and words. Be it any language for that matter. Be it our own native language, could be a regional language of our country, or a global language like English and even other languages. So let's understand why are letters important and how are letters pronounced properly. To begin with, the introduction to the English language alphabet has 26 letters. What we do as a mistake is we call every letter an alphabet, whereas the whole series of these letters in one word is called alphabet. So let's understand the A to Z. Welcome to Chapter 2, Syllables, Prefixes and Suffixes. Before we move on to prefixes and suffixes, what are syllables? Syllables are nothing but pronunciation of each word. In the earlier chapter, we had pronounced every letter in the alphabet. But how do we pronounce words? And what are syllables? So take for example any small word that you see around. Could be a word like beautiful. So if I have to break this word into few halves, how would I do it? I will of course do it by bifurcating the big word into smaller chunks. So it will be beautiful. So that means that the word beautiful has 4 syllables. So every word will be bifurcated or sub-bifurcated into smaller pronunciations. Welcome to Chapter 3. Till now, we have learned more about alphabet, A to Z. We learned about prefixes and suffixes, and now is the time to combine vowels and make them sound better. So let's quickly understand different vowels together and their beautiful sounds and pronunciation. The first in the series is vowel AI. How do you pronounce the vowels AI together? It sounds as A. For example, air, faith, gain. The next in the series is the letter AE, which sounds like A. And how are the words formed? Aeroplane, AE, aerial. The next in the series is AU, which says O. The words are auction, launch. If you see the spellings, you'll get to know auction, AU, launch, LAU. Welcome to this chapter, Word Treasure. A long journey that we have passed till now, understanding letters to prefixes, suffixes and whatnot. And now is the time to explore. So keep your eyes wide open and ears open too. Because we are going to explore treasure of words in itself. The first series in this particular word treasure is understanding words with different meanings. So one word can have many different meanings. Let's understand them one by one. The first word is address. The word address could mean an address which is the destination or the residence of a particular person, individual, family, office. An address could be addressing somebody, which means calling out somebody or saluting somebody with a given designation. but few words give a different quality to your pronunciation and to your sentence when they are used correctly. So let's start understanding different words with their synonyms first and then different words with their antonyms. Synonyms. Number 1. Aviator. Could also mean a pilot, a flyer. Next is advantageous, which means beneficial. The next is adversity, which means calamity. The next is admit, which means confess. The next is amaze, which means astonished. The next is battlefield, which also means battleground. The next is backbone, which also means spinal cord, spinal column. The next is bright, which means shining. The next is bogus, which means spurious. Welcome to the quick tips on vocabulary building. I'm sure by now you've got a feel of how pronunciations are important in language training. How pronunciation makes you more confident to say the words correctly. So what are the tips that will encourage you to learn better and learn quicker? Number 1 is always start with yourself. How do you start learning vocabulary with yourself? Start by understanding who you are as a human being. Name the parts of your body. Talk about yourself to yourself, your qualification, your education background, things you like and things you dislike, about your hobbies. Just by saying these four different points, I have given you scope to open your mind to new words. When you talk about your hobbies, you have so many options that come to your mind. When you talk about what you like and what you dislike, could also mean you can start with colors you like, the food you like and dislike, the movies you like and dislike, with what kind of material you like to read, or whether you just like to watch videos on the internet. So you have so many choices to open up new words to yourself.